Good afternoon, and welcome to sunny Florida. It is 69 degrees outside. It's going to get up to like 75. Um, it is 1:23 p.m. in the afternoon, and I just decided that's Eastern time. I decided to just do a little half-hour live stream right now. As you can see, I'm just shooting through a window right now. It's a little chilly out there. 69 is chilly for Florida. Um, we have some rocket launches coming up, and let me go to my app here. It gives me all the. We have a Dragon. A Dragon that's basically the capsule. It's going to be going to the ISS. That's the Falcon 9 launch, and it's going to be going north. And that's going to be at 4:55 p.m. Eastern Time. For everybody on the East Coast, all the way up to New Hampshire, you should be able to see the launch. I'm going to play a Myrtle Beach video that shows you. And Myrtle Beach is 500 miles north of the Cape. And I'm about 35 miles north of the Cape here. And we have one we have one on Friday from Cape Kennedy at 5:55. That's a Starlink. PM. That's Friday, March 22nd at 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time. That's from the Cape. And then we have another one on Monday on the 25th. And this is from the Cape too at 5 p.m. And then we have a Delta 5 Heavy launch. And excuse me, they haven't set the time yet, but it's this March. And we have about, let me count all the launches for this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more launches for this month from the Cape. It's a lot of launches. It's almost one a day. Let me go ahead and play that launch from Myrtle Beach. This is from Myrtle Beach.
Oh my God!
Gonna come up over the horizon in the center. See it right there, right above the red muck there. Right in the center. And you'll be able to see the second stage separate, or the first and second stage separate. operation right now. Kind of see it there. It's going to go back to the Cape and land. You're going to see it arc over in a second. First stage.
That's breaking the atmosphere.
I wish they'd give us the downrange, information. As you can see, it's arcing up. And it's headed back to the Cape. That's a nice plume right there. It's the second stage cutoff, engine cutoff. They got a pretty good viewpoint of, it's not zoomed in or anything. Oh, he lost focus. He'll get focused back in a second. When you're doing stuff like this, once you get focused, you should lock it. I tend to forget to do that too, so it's not all on him. This rocket launch as seen from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's 500 miles north of the Cape.
What do you think, buddy? You like it?
Yeah, do I like it? All right. All right, buddy.
Does Lisa good?
Boy, that was a good shot. I mean, excellent. Beautiful, beautiful shot. We're back. We're back here to good old Florida right now. It's 69 degrees out. And it is 1:30 p.m. Eastern time here. Nice and sunny. It's going to get up to about 75 today. So we got the grounds crew. Yeah, righty. Oh, I'm kind of transfixed. I'm sorry. I should be saying something, shouldn't I? Let's see what else I got sitting here. That I got a new section here. It's called a Dave's Soapbox. I don't have anything to rant or rave today about. I try not to, but sometimes there are a few things, especially when I go out. I mean, it's a little rant and rave. I just don't understand people nowadays. They go out and they're in a pissed off mood, and I go out to. I got to go to Daytona tomorrow. Two places. I got two places to look at. I'm looking for a new place to move to, and Daytona Beach. One of them is like a block and a half away from the beach. And what's nice about it is there's parking right there, public parking. So there's a lot there. I can set up there to do live streams. Hopefully down the road soon. And just to give you guys a little bit of heads up. I'm working with Astronomy Magazine, and we've we've got NASA on board. Now we need to get SpaceX on board. So when they do their launches, I can be there in their press box. And, hopefully everything will go fine and everything. We're just trying to nail things into the coffin right now to get that going. All right. And then once that's going, I'll be going over to the Cape. And if I'm in Daytona, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to get down to the Cape. Just right down A1A. A1A used to be the major highway, and Highway 301 back in the day, going up north, going up to New York. I think it turned into Highway 301 after Florida. And I traveled that one time to go up to New York back in the 70s. I think it was in the 70s. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of me for a second. I need to go into the living room and do a couple little things. So I am going to get rid of me here for a second, and I'll be right back. I can still talk, so yeah, boy, I feel bad today. Other than that, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking for a place over at the beach. Let me bring up a beach photo here. This is I'm only a block and a half from this right here. If I get this place, and then there's another one that's a little bit more inland, not far from here, probably about a 10-minute drive at the most. Uh, that I'm also going to be looking at, but I want this place uh, because it's just going to give me good access. And the other place give me good access too, because I don't know, on the fifth floor or something, facing the beach. So just kind of pray for me. I want to get this. I looked at a place on Monday that's like a street over from here, much smaller. Uh, Either or, I'll take the much smaller one. I'll take two. It is so hard to get. It's so hard to get apartments here. Let me bring myself back up here. There I am. I could play the Starship video. I wish, I wish I had cut up a small segment of it, but it's an hour and 15 minutes long, or 45 minutes long, hour and 45 minutes long, and probably about a good hour before the launch. They give you all the information, all the shots, and this and that, previous launches. This is probably the best, I believe I do have that on my uh, YouTube channel. Uh, it's worth a viewing. It's probably one of the best videos of a launch I have ever seen in my life. Even to where they're going into reentry, they didn't really lose signal. And I won't tell you what happened. Well, maybe I should. It didn't make it through reentry, but it made it through everything else. You know, failures turn into successes. So they'll get that together. Once they get that together, um, every time they have a failure, whatever the failure was, is fixed. Now, the first stage, they weren't planning on recovering the Starship. It was just going to hit the ocean, you know, splatter, I guess that's a term there. They weren't planning on recovering. Same thing with the first stage. It was going to land in the ocean, and they weren't going to recover that either. But they did. On the first stage, they were doing a lot of testing. They pushed the rocket over this way and push it over that way. See what they can do to guide this thing. See how much leeway they had to be able to guide the rocket to a touchdown, because they are going to um, recover these first stages. But they were just doing so much. Having a barge out there to try to land, it was, I guess, this wasn't in the stars. Uh, and eventually, once they get this thing all together, they're going to move the whole operation down here to Florida to launch from Florida. They're not going to launch from Texas. Starship is so big. The craft itself, they can hold 100 people in it. It is just. I got a photograph of it here. Yeah, kind of like the. Let's see here. That's the top of the capsule there. It's a ship. It's not a capsule. I mean, the thing's big. This is just as tall as the with the first stage. It's Saturn V. It is 3 times the launch capabilities that the Saturn V had. Saturn V was big. I've seen many Saturn V. I saw all the Saturn V launches, and when I was growing, this is when I was growing up. We were maybe about 30 miles from the Cape. Uh, as the crow flies or as the bird flies, and we could hear it that far away. And they jumped the Apollo missions and went to the shuttles. And I'm sure there's people out there that love the shuttle and everything. And I went out to a shuttle. The only launch I ever went out to was for a shuttle launch in my whole life. After viewing them from a distance. Well, you get there, and you can see it on the launch pad down there, and it lifts off, and about 2 minutes later, it's gone in the blue sky. Now, if I was back home, I'd be able to still see it, but you're just so close to it, and the sun is shining so much that it disappears into the blue sky. And, to be out there for 2 or 5 minutes to see a launch, and then you get back in your car and you're gridlock all the way to Central Florida for the next 2.5 hours. Something that took you about maybe 40 minutes with the traffic to get over there took you over 2 hours to get back, just because of the gridlock. So just saw something on here that Apple's coming out. Something about I've got an Apple Watch. It does everything: blood pressure, oxygen reading. The only thing it doesn't do is uh, blood pressure. And we all you're gonna need something that's gonna clamp around your wrist. We've all had our blood pressure taken. I just don't see how they can do it. It's going to have to be a separate device that you wear that's hooked to the watch, you know. And same thing with the. I mean, you can buy standalone equipment for blood pressure. Same thing with diabetes. You have to have a prick of the blood. It has to get a blood sample. And I don't see in our near future where, where we're going to get standalone uh, diabetes equipment. Now they do have standalone, but they're permanently attached to you, so it's in contact with the blood itself. So I don't know how they're going to do all this stuff. You know, 5 years ago, this was probably in its infancy, and I remember back when Steve Jobs walked out and showed the first iPhone back, what was that, 2005? Look at the leaps and bounds that's, that we've come with technology. You I, for one, don't. I ride the city bus, and everybody's sitting there with their phones in their face and everything, and I just like to get on the bus and just look at I look at my watch every once in a while to see what the time is, or look at the map because I do have GPS on here. See where we're at, what stops are coming up, but I don't bury I don't bury my head into my watch or my iPhone. I very rarely play games on my iPad. Very rarely I play solitaire. Everything else, I get Indy 500 drag or whatever, and or you get these fighter simulators, they get kind of boring after a while, and then you're just crashing because you just get more. It gets boring. You don't try to win. You try to take everybody out, including yourself. Oh, Dave's on his soapbox again. Yeah, yeah, he's on his soapbox. He is definitely on his soapbox again. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, there he is. He's on his soapbox. Yeah, let's take him off. Yeah, I don't need to sit here and yabber jabber. Okay, let's do this. Let's bring up the outside again. I think this is it here. There we are. We're back to the outside. Well, we're coming up to the end. I just want to go on live for about half an hour. Chillo is he's right here. He's dead to the world. Poor baby. He's, so we're gonna end this. Where's my outro at? I got an outro here. I know I got an outro. Where's my outro? Outro. Let's bring that up right now. And you all have a blissful day. I may go live again tonight about 7 o'clock my time, Eastern time. We're about the same length. Uh, just talk about the upcoming launches, what's going on in the sky. There's a comet in the sky. I'll have a little bit more detail on that one. Uh, there's eclipse next month. I kept on telling my editor, I said, send me a ticket. I'll go. I want to go. I'll live stream it. I told her what I do is not necessarily, of course, we're going to see the sun and everything, but mainly to be with a bunch of people and interview them and see what the experience is and have like a wide field when it hits totality, how eerie it is. A lot of people don't. Well, some people get it. Live streaming can be a news gathering uh, operation. There's two other people that I know of that set up over at the Cape, and one of them has his cameras running 24/7. I don't know how you do it with the rainstorms that we get in, but they do it. They've had somebody there 24/7. I don't know. And they can't be on in the facility and everything 24/7. So I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it, and they're doing a pretty good job. Hopefully, when I get into the mix, I do a pretty good job too. So I'm going to do an outro right here. I love this video. This is the launch of the Starship. have a good day. I'll see you on the flip side. Right there. Star shape. Bad to the bone.